Activation code required. Access granted. Warning. Evacuation sequence activated.
Paranormal Bunker. You'll come on down and join Nikki, Robert, Kayla, and Cole. Wednesdays at 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Sit with us as we traverse the portals of the universe. Let loose the secrets of the cryptids. Make haste with the truth of conspiracy. And explore the hauntings of our world. And once again, welcome to the S4 Paranormal Bunker.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the S4 Paranormal Bunker. Tonight, we've got the full crew on. Kayla's slowly waking up. So, it has been a better week. In ways, and in other ways, it's been rougher. But, we are almost ready for our Halloween party. I got a few more things to set up, but other than that, and then tomorrow I have to go shopping like crazy. But John and Hunter really helped me last weekend decorate the outside of my mother-in-law's house, and we got almost everything set up.
Yep.
Grandma even bought a few new things. She found something that I absolutely love. Even though it doesn't belong out there.
What'd she get?
She got a 4-foot tall gremlin.
Oh, cool.
Do you remember Stripe? The one with the white mohawk?
No.
And in the he was from the original 5. And
wow.
She got him. He talks and he moves his head. And he is the coolest thing ever. And like they're quite pricey. She got it on sale because it's so close to Halloween. But he cost $90 only.
Good grief!
That's cheap. Like usually they're $300. Friend.
Whoa.
So, but like, I don't agree with it being a Halloween decoration. Just because Gremlins is not a Halloween movie.
It's a Christmas movie.
Damn right. Right.
That's funny.
Friend. And I will argue that one harder than Die Hard.
Yeah, but what about Gremlins 2?
Gremlins 2? Still a Christmas movie. Gremlins 3 will be a Christmas movie. And it's in production.
Oh.
They are, they have confirmed they are making it. So I'm quite excited for that. Friend. But how are you guys doing?
Oh, that was bad. Don't take a drink of lemon lime after brushing your teeth with licorice.
Yeah, use orange juice instead.
Yeah.
Oh.
Really brings the flavor. Yeah.
Right, that's how I'm doing. No, actually, I'm okay. Although
Friend,
my phone isn't. It's completely blacked out.
is it
No
now?
more phone. Yep, no more phone.
Damn.
Friend,
Yeah.
who do you go through? Like, does your company offer insurance?
That's an old phone. They're not going to touch it.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, there was insurance on it, but I've switched over to the different device that I've got, and I really need them to access this one and switch it over to one of those cheapy $285 lookalikes.
Yeah.
So
Friend, well, and like,
I don't know if it's going to be possible now.
yes, it is.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, that's not
No.
not having a screen. I've watched them access iPhones that actually had the screen ripped out.
Oh, good God.
So
Yeah, I'm not going to say who I use because of the kind of targeting that I am
Yeah.
under.
that's what I figured. That's why I
but
just
yeah,
asked if your
that's
company
good to
had
know.
insurance. Friend,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
we
every
don't get
device
that
I've
type
ever
of
used has.
targeting. We use Metro because I really like them. Because they do the 4 for $100 deal.
Oh, wow.
Somehow my bill's still $250 though. Friend.
Well,
But-
if everybody use it, that makes sense, actually.
Well, no, it's because every time I go in there, they convince me I need something new.
Oh,
So I have 2 tablets on the plan, and then everyone, like, not everyone, some of us have insurance on our phones, and my insurance itself is $50.
Yeah.
But the phone that I bought is worth over $800. And if I have to replace it, it only costs $25 for me to do it.
Oh, God, that's pretty good.
Yeah, because they cover it even if I just smash the phone.
Oh, wow.
Where there is no reason they won't accept that the phone doesn't work. So,
Yeah.
and since mine is one of the, I got one of the Motorola Razors, the new ones, Bran, it's pretty easy to cut them in half. Bran.
Oh, good to know.
Well, if you flip them open too hard, you can,
Yep.
You can break them in half, yeah.
So,
Wow.
Bran,
They are not tricorders. You do not need to.
yes, you
Kirk
do.
does.
That's actually really funny. Never would have thought of that. Oh, my God, that's really good.
Really? Because when we had them as kids, that's all we thought about. Yeah, like you immediately like start talking into it like you were on Star Trek, and tried to do
Oh my
William
God.
Shatner's voice, you know. Right?
Captain's vlog. It's a big one.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I was that dumb. Right? Right. So tonight, kind of want to keep it light and airy. Like for a lot of people in this area,
Yeah.
this is the start of the holiday season. It's also the start of our crappy weather, so there's a lot of depression going on. In Seattle right now, everyone's depressed, and I feel for you. The Mariners lost to the fucking Blue Jays last week.
Oh,
this week,
God, yeah,
and-
that did not go over well.
Did you see the video, like the King 5 interview, where
No.
you heard the guy scream in the background? Like,
No.
in the locker room, you heard the guy cry out like his freaking wife just died. It was so horrendous. Like, it's kind of funny now, but... And give it 3 to 4 more weeks,
funny.
it'll be really funny. But like that night, it really hurt to hear, friend. So, But they did have a good run. Congratulations to the Mariners. I mean, friend.
I was stunned when I got told because I haven't followed them for such a long time. My mom was oh my god, my mom loved baseball. And when I got told that they were the game was being played, it was over half over or something, and that's when I got told that, yeah, the Mariners were up for going to the series, and they're the only team ever to not go to. That's what I was told.
Yeah.
They've never been, and they're the only team in the league that has not been. And I went, wait a minute, what the hell was that all those years ago? So, yeah, I was like, well, that's interesting. And then popped up on my news feed that no, they didn't win, and I was like, oh, that sucks.
Yeah, well, like both teams
But
fought really hard.
not-
I mean, the Blue Jays haven't been since '93,
Yeah.
so they were fighting just as hard as the Mariners. And my nephew actually went to Game 3.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he paid those outrageous prices. The World Series prices, I just saw the first for Game 1 what the prices are, and the cheapest one they found.
Which arm leg you need to sell?
Yeah, like it was $700 for the cheapest seat. $1,400 for decent seats. Friend.
That's
So-
crazy.
Well, they got to get new balls for next year.
Well, yeah. Like, what's with the face, Nikki? Have you never seen a Blue Jays balls?
Not those kind of balls.
John doesn't have a comment because he's seen them all the time.
Hey,
Brett?
no.
Oh, holy crap.
It's like
Oh,
I want to
dear.
buy our nephew a shirt, and I have to wait till to see if I might buy it for him for Christmas. You know the I Love New York shirts,
Uh-huh.
friend. They have an I Love BJ shirt, and it's got the Toronto Blue Jays symbol in the middle. But like, come on, friend. So hopefully, I'll be able to find one of those.
Oh my. Oh my word.
Friend. Tonight, but yeah, so tonight I want to keep it kind of light, kind of fluffy, if we can, friend. Because in some ways, this can be kind of harsh for some people.
Yeah. Very true.
And I like, so my question is, did you guys have any fears growing up, like as little kids, from Halloween? Like based off Halloween stuff.
Because we didn't have Halloween down here, so we didn't really get it.
You really
So-
didn't?
No.
No, they didn't.
I knew it.
My first Halloween was 2006. So,
Do you have it now?
yeah, they've brought it in now. After I got back from over there in 2008, they started bringing things in and making it more popular. So, yeah.
Fucking, I always thought Canada was behind the times. Like, we're usually behind by a decade. You guys are behind by like almost 100 years. Jesus.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What's the matter, butter cupcake? The goat. Miniature goat out there.
Huh.
He's bleeding.
Is his name fucking Cupcake?
No, butter cupcake.
What the fuck is wrong with you, Robert?
I didn't name it.
It's a beautiful name.
And it's a her.
Her name should be
And,
Slayer.
Yeah.
No, butter cupcake works perfectly.
That
it's
totally
like
makes sense
Princess
for you.
Buttercup and butter cupcake. No, cupcake.
Huh.
So is it butter made from a cupcake or cupcake made from butter?
Yeah, I don't know.
You
But
really
I've
want?
been told
I don't know.
that the next one, if we get one when we go down south, it'll be something along the lines of Dread Pirate Roberts or Inigo Montega, something to go along with
Yeah,
Princess Buttercup.
I like that.
Yeah.
And John, do you really want to talk about butter?
No.
You really want to get on that Urban Dictionary
no.
conversation again?
No.
So on
Absolutely not.
on Saturday
Absolutely
we
not.
talked about Urban Dictionary,
Oh,
and
dear.
I am not going to say what this is on the air.
No.
But
No,
if you ever get
shouldn't.
the chance, look up a Green Bay butter churner. I have never been so disgusted with the world. Friend, but anyways, friend, how about you, Nikki? Did you ever have anything from Halloween that terrified you or scared you?
Halloween wise, no. People wise, yes. The thing in the 1970s, God, it must have been about 1975, 76, 77, where even the news put out that somebody in another city, their child had found an apple with razor blades. And it was the talk of not just the neighborhood, but it was the talk of the elementary school, it was the talk of the neighborhood, it was the talk of numerous communities within the Seattle area. Excuse me. And because I when I was a child, I lived in Ballard, which is a very large Norwegian community in Seattle, and it was long before we did the trick-or-treating at businesses and churches and that kind of thing. Everything was the neighborhoods back then, and that actually truly terrified me as a kid, especially with all the parents being so truly scared of that. That was really when the stopping of handmade, like popcorn balls and cupcakes and little cupcakes with frosting with done in like a saran wrap type of thing back then. That kind of all the homemade things went out the window after that. The following years after that, it was like, no, you didn't have any of that. Because everybody was thinking stranger danger and how weird it got. And then by the 1980s, it was a different ballgame altogether. So my real thing, it wasn't like the boogeyman. Mom just said the boogeyman. Yeah, I remember about the boogeyman. Mother. Yeah, that was something that I remember thinking about, but I remember being more afraid of apples, food with poison in them. I mean, that was a big deal as a kid. That was when you really became aware of how very serious things could get in reality. So, boogeyman. Yeah, I actually forgot about that until she said it. Yeah, that was something. And then you had guys trying to dress like the Hulk, Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah.
And they did not have They had
The bloody
those.
pit.
I just saw a video,
There's something.
a mini video of what's his name? He goes by Gen X Jono on social media, and I love watching his stuff. He cracks me up. And he was talking about, and it's the most current video, I think. He was talking about Gen X and Halloween costumes.
Yeah.
And how we were all dressed up with the kind of costumes that were all 100% petroleum plastic. I loved how he put that. That was just chef's kiss on that one, because I was like, yep, that's exactly what the hell we're dressed up in. Plastic costumes that, God help you if you got near anything close to a flame, because it'll melt onto your skin. And the mask, you couldn't see out of the great big, just straight plastic design. Now, some of the masks, they were pretty freaking cool with, like, oh God, not Cowardly the dog, but they had the dog comic, and I don't remember all of them, but they had so many cool masks. They were great at manufacturing those. What?
I said Snoopy for the dog.
Yeah, it wasn't Snoopy the dog, but they did have Snoopy the dog. I've got a picture of my cousin and somebody else. I do not remember who the other kid was. And my cousin and I are dressed. We have our little pumpkins and little plastic pumpkins, and they were filled with. It was before we were going, and so the two cousins, the moms were putting in little candies. So you had the little bucket with the little candies, and we were showing the little candies, and we had the mask on, and then the mask off. I was like, oh God. And what our moms put us through. Oh God. Anyway, yeah, it was interesting, the different things that we would do. But yeah, boogeyman, mother. We didn't know what the hell the boogeyman was. And it's something that even I had a great uncle that liked to tease me periodically. God, I loved my great uncles. He liked to tease me periodically, and this is, of course, when we were living in Seattle, and he used to tease me with that, boogeyman's gonna get you. And then he stopped, because then he found out that it really did freak me out. I forgot all about that. Anyway, yeah, there you go. Long story, long-winded.
No, hey, friend.
Of course.
Like I for me, I did have nightmares when I was a kid of, like, Bloody Mary, that kind of stuff, when I was really little. Because I had an older brother, and he's a dick. But, like, even trick-or-treating. Kids would show up as, really, like, there wasn't a lot that scared me. Friend. Because vampires never did, because I was always fascinated, even from a young age. Friend. Ghosts and all that. I was a ghostbuster. I could take them. Friend. It was mostly the unknown, like dark alleys and shit like that. Whenever you're like, because when we were trick-or-treating, you went everywhere.
Yep.
So, and I always tried to reassure my kids, even though, like, because John, that was one of your first.
Yeah?
Was if the street was dark, he wouldn't touch it. He'd be like, no, I'm not going down there.
Yeah, but all that kind of stems from one, like, category that my two older brothers used to always watch around that time was creepypastas.
Yeah.
And there was, like, just a ton of them that hid in dark places and jumped out and get you.
Yeah. Friend. But even, it was before that.
Okay.
Such as?
Well, like when, so before, I think you would have been about 5 when we went to Marysville with some friends to trick or treat with them. And these guys always, like, they went to every haunted house or haunted, like, driveway that they could find in their neighborhood. And there was one particular one where I had to convince John. I told him, I will hold your hand, I will hold your candy bucket, and he walked through with me. And they had turned all their hedges and everything into a little maze that you went through, and there was jump scares all over the place.
Oh, wow.
And I went through with John. Everything was good. Guy took a chainsaw and took the the saw blade off. And then just he would run it underneath his garage door that he had open about 3 inches. And it was a great end to it. Like and John screamed. It was great.
Yeah.
And then Hunter saw that his little brother had just went through. And he was like, well, if he can do it, I can do it. Friend, and
Until.
well, the guy with the chainsaw got a little overzealous. And me and Hunter were walking through. I'm holding his hand. I'm holding his candy bucket. And that kid nearly ripped my arm off when the garage door opened. And the guy holding the chainsaw was wearing a clown suit. And he chased Hunter down the street for about half a block.
Yeah.
That's not so cool.
It's a funny moment.
Like, now looking back, it's absolutely hilarious. Friend. Because the moment the garage door started opening, the last thing me and Hunter had said to me was, that wasn't so bad, it wasn't even that scary.
Oh, but wait, there's more. Oh, crap. What a thing to do to a kid, man.
For 12 years, I think that was the last haunted house me and him went to.
Yeah.
Gee, I can't imagine why.
And I'm not going to lie, I was a full-blown adult, and I crapped my pants a little. Like, I did not expect that garage door to open. Friend. And he didn't have it, it wasn't on a...
the garage door opening, it's the freaking cloud.
Well, yeah, because it wasn't an electronic one. So, either he had another guy with him, or he's just really fast, because it opened really silently and really fast. And he rolled under as it was opening.
Oh, son of a...
Damn.
So, and the chainsaw was running while he was rolling. Like, the guy, he had skill.
That is skill. That is not funny, Nikki.
Right? Like...
It's so not funny.
When you think that Hunter was only 6, it's not that funny. But, at the same time...
Seriously, that poor kid. God.
We kind of live off videos of kids getting scared.
Yeah.
Like, it is one of our dopamine reactions. Friend.
Yeah. Well, my son likes to scare me now. He gets a good laugh out of it, and I get a out of it. Or like times when he does it when somebody's in the house, who is where the rest of the house needs to be quiet, and he'll do it like you, and the lips stay closed. My lips will stay closed, but it'll produce a, which is pretty good in the sense of at least it's not a full-pitched scream.
Our kids stopped scaring me. Fran, I think the last time you did
Sounds
it, John,
like a
was
chicken.
I think you were 11. And it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. I am standing at the door smoking. And the entire house is dark. The TV's on in the background really low. And all of a sudden, something touches my back.
I was
He
just going
says-
to say that's going to make for a very interesting.
He says, hey, and I jumped so hard. Snapped my cigarette in half. And I looked at him and said, what? Like, and I went on a tirade. Like, every curse syllable that could come out of my mouth came out of that moment.
it did.
I called him every name in the goddamn book. And by the end of it, he looked so defeated. Like, he didn't even, like, he wasn't upset. He wasn't sad. He wasn't mad. He was just kind of depressed that he lived through this.
Yeah, but he got his dad good.
Yeah, but that was the last
Got
time.
his dad real good.
He hasn't done it since. He still tries to scare everyone else.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Friend. But that's the thing. When he scares grandma or mom, it doesn't come with consequences like it does when he scares dad.
Yeah. They just kind of laugh.
Damn, you got a snort out of me.
Friend.
Like, that's one of my favorite things to do during Halloween or really any time is just scare the heck out of my grandmother.
There used to be this basket in the laundry room of her house, and you walk through the laundry room to get into the house. And when we lived with
I
them,
got tears.
John used to hide in this basket because it was one of the woven ones that has the lid that just kind of sits over top of it. And like, he'd come home from school, get into the basket, and wait an hour and a half till she got home.
Yeah. It was a fun hobby.
And he wouldn't scare her as she came in the door. He'd scare her just after she passed him.
It's suspenseful.
And then with Kayla, he started using props.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
My props just keep on getting more and more expensive throughout
Yeah.
times.
I mean, the kid bought a $50 mannequin just so he could scare the hell out of Kayla.
Actually, I think it was 80. No?
No, I bought it on Amazon. I know how much that fucker was.
Yeah, Grandma did.
You and Grandma tried to go buy one, and Target told you to go screw yourself because they didn't know what you were going to do with
Yeah.
it.
Target.
I mean, when a 16-year-old kid comes up and says, "Can I buy one of your female mannequins?" Yeah, it kind of makes you wonder, you know.
Hey.
Friend, that mannequin led an interesting life, though.
Yeah.
Friend.
That sounds very wrong, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it lived with John for quite a while.
It was under my bed for a while, too.
I'm sure it was.
Well, and then this year we took it to Reunion, and we set it up because Reunion is on this highway that is pretty dark. And every time when June always took her sisters to the hotel each night, and on the way back, she would miss the turnoff to the campground. So we put a mannequin out there with a sign that said, "June, turn this way." And then on the Saturday, we auctioned the thing off. The thing is, the thing sat in our campsite for the entire weekend because we arrive on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And everyone would get freaked out by it because we just set it up in the middle of the campsite. And, like, you're standing there and there's so many people around and you turn next to you and you start talking to the person beside you and it's a fucking mannequin. Like,
and the best part is you and Grandma usually sleep around that area. So does a few other of the older guys. And the mannequin is just like standing off in the corner. Where it's dark so you can barely see, but it's just in the field of vision.
God.
Yeah, and June and Kayla were having issues getting to sleep, and so right before I passed out, I said, "Did the mannequin just move?" Wait a second, and then passed out.
Evil. Evil.
But then, our nephew was there, and he started going on these rants about how he was going to buy that mannequin. And he's the same age as John. A little bit of a horn dog, though. This kid's a little weird. And so we had no idea what his plans were for that mannequin. And then, so we started the auction, and we got to the mannequin. And my sister-in-law, Tiana, decided she was going to try and bid him up. If he wanted that mannequin, he was going to pay for it. Friend, he let her get all the way to $30, and then he ran away. Friend. And she was so mad. She was like, "What the hell do I want a mannequin for?" And she had her best friend's kids with her. One of them is 12 years old.
Oh, goodness.
And he was so excited. He's like, "Tiana, you bought me a mannequin." And she's like, "Why do you want the mannequin?" And automatically thoughts, that kid just turned 12. Huh. But it turns out he wanted it for the same reason John bought it. He wanted to scare the shit out of his dad. Right?
Yeah, dress it up as, yeah.
Yeah, put it down the end of a long hallway.
Yeah.
Oh, dear God.
And
I got a good few scares out of it. I got Hunter, I got Kim, I got Mom twice.
You got Jalen once.
I got Jalen. I think I also got Kelly a few times.
Yeah, I think so. Friend.
Because I would just put it right at the edge of my doorway, which is this carpet thing. And you can... Because when you're walking down, my bedroom is right against the bathroom door. And it's just in the field of vision.
Friend.
Just in the field of vision.
How you feeling, Nikki?
I got a sore belly, but that's fine. Good reasons why.
Friend, yeah,
all sorts of reasons you can use a mannequin. Too many to count. Oh, dear God. That's great.
and that's even
goodness.
including if you're not a pubescent young adult.
Exactly, that's a totally different ballgame. I don't even want to know that image in my head. Yeah, thank you.
Neither does the mannequin.
No.
Obviously.
Friend,
Dear God.
you sick bastard.
Hey,
Mercy.
it asked for it.
It asked for it. Wow.
Well, it's better than a pie.
Friend.
And if anybody does not know what I'm talking about the movie American Pie.
Now, just stating, I'm going to state some facts here.
God.
I don't think it is. As long as no one eats the pie, whatever you want to do with your apple pie, that's up to you. But the mannequin has sharp edges. That can cause bodily harm.
Just get a Dremel and plug it with something.
I don't need these images in my head. Thank you very much, people.
Robert, you're putting way too much thought into this.
Yeah, I was talking about a sharp mannequin.
Fred. Fred, no, fear and Halloween have always gone hand in hand. But it's changed over the years. Like you said, in the 70s, it was a lot of stranger danger, which also didn't make sense. because
Oh no,
like
shit! For Halloween? Are you kidding me?
yeah, like you have Stranger Danger 364 days a year, and then October 31st.
Halloween.
Ah, no, go up to their house, get candy from them. You're good for like
Yeah. I've always found that just weird.
yeah.
Yeah.
But also, free candy.
Excuse me.
Yeah, John
Yeah,
has the official fat kid response to that, but also free candy. Like,
You want some candy, little boy?
Oh God, no! Not the old man from.
Yeah.
I know too many people that can do that one. That one's an easy one to do for people that do impersonation of voices.
I'm glad you finished with that, Nikki.
Oh man.
I was going to have you explain how easy it is to do a dirty old man. Like,
Okay, no.
friend,
I've got a bad memory of that. No.
we've always kind of
Yes.
made fun of it at the same time. But
Yeah.
there have been some very real dangers, too.
Yes, there have been.
Like the 2016 clown thing,
Yes.
if anyone remembers that.
Oh yeah.
Actually,
There's something else I was going to say too that went along with that subject matter. I can't call it back up now.
that first year that Jalen was with us, his first Halloween, like, so he came to live with us in September of 2017. And then he, October, his first request, he wanted to be a clown for Halloween. And I looked at him, I'm like, what? And he's like, I want to be a clown for Halloween. I said, you have been watching the news with me every morning. Have you not seen the guys getting shot? Like, how do you think this is a good idea? So I ended up having to compromise with the kid. And so at our family gathering, he dressed up as a clown. And really, like, we dressed him up as a male version of Harley Quinn. Like, he had her hammer and that kind of stuff.
Well, it was also the year you guys made those you bought the really good costumes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, most of your costumes before then were good, too. Like, we bought you guys good costumes all the way up until that age.
Yeah, it was just around the time that we noticed. Because that was the last one.
Yeah. And then after that, it was kind of like, okay, we've done this enough.
Yeah.
Costumes are getting out of hand. I mean, this year alone, like, if it wasn't for Kayla being such a good shopper,
Savvy.
the costume that Kimberly wanted was $78. And she found it for $20.
Yep.
But I think last year was Kimberly's last year for a really expensive costume. And I paid $120 for her entire costume by the time we were done.
Yeah, that sounds about the price I paid for mine back in 2005.
Yeah.
6.
Like, I'm just not willing to spend that anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, my
Everything
costume...
I've done.
Oh, go
made.
ahead. You made?
No, everything I've ever done. Yeah, I used to make them. Made my kids clothes. Did when I had a working sewing machine. Mine needs to be taken into maintenance now. But I haven't gotten it there in over a year, so hasn't exactly been a major priority, although it should be. But yeah, I used to make all of mine and my kids. So everything was handmade. Couldn't afford regular stuff. We used to get stuff at Goodwill and create our own.
Yeah.
or
Mhm.
at Value Village or whatever was, or Desiree Industries back in the day. I don't even have a clue if they're still around. And we used to create our own. If it was something that I needed to make, then I'd go to the fabric store. I'd go to the discount fabric store
Yeah.
and get fabric that was further discounted and go that route.
Mhm.
Excuse me. Not an easy thing to do sometimes. So, especially if it was last minute. So,
Yeah.
used to know how to cut out my own pattern, make my own patterns, and do all of that. So it's just, and then there were times it was just hit and miss with some of the sewing skills. Whee! After years of sewing and still missing, still missing them. So, just how it is.
Mom and Dad stopped buying us costumes when we were maybe 12 or 13. I think I made my 13th costume. And I
That
made...
sounds about...
Yeah, like I made a
me
robot. I made a robot. And it still cost me money. I'm not going to say it didn't. But it wasn't nearly as much. Like I probably paid $5 once I was done, and that was just for paint.
Yeah.
Friend.
Yeah, makeup. Halloween makeup is really freaking expensive. And now it's so different that there are palettes that can be used for face paint that are just absolutely out of this world gorgeous.
I didn't do that though. Because I was a mechanics kid and I really didn't care what I was putting on my face because I was also 13 years old. So, friend, like I chromed my face with chrome spray paint. Friend.
Oh, right.
Friend, yeah, Mom wasn't too happy. And I wasn't the happiest after about an hour because, like, I couldn't really move my face that well. But
oh, I bet not.
Could have gone to C3PO.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, I was because I used cardboard boxes for the body.
Yeah,
Friend,
yeah.
I was more of a transformer type thing. Friend. And because of my size back then, I looked like a fridge. Friend. So, but it worked out like everything. I always thought I looked quite good in what I made, and as I got older, it got more in depth, and then it got less in depth as the kids got older. Like now, this year, my costume is going to be. My sisters bought me a hoodie 2 years ago that looks like the Ghostbusters costume, and I'm just going to wear that, and that's my costume. Last year, I had a cardboard sign around my neck, and it said "Go Ceilings." Friend, I was a ceiling fan. Friend.
Got it. Yeah, I was just thinking, okay, ceiling, what's on... Yeah, I was just going there with my head.
Friend.
Yeah, I haven't dressed up since 97 or 98.
Well, and that's the stupid part is we all left my parents, right? Like, we're all 700 miles away. My brother's 100 miles away from them. And all of our kids are getting older. Now they've started dressing up, and they're spending like $200-300 on costumes again.
Wow.
And it's just to hand out candy. Friend.
It's because as kids we always wanted the big, expensive costumes, and now that we got money, we can get them.
Well, Grandpa does it because Grandma likes it. Otherwise, he wouldn't freaking bother. And Grandma does it because she dresses up like a witch now, and the entire month of October they go around the town and do a witch's dance. For a group of them. So, and it's like the maypole dance. It's kind of a cool little thing that they do.
It's like what they do in Germany?
Yeah. Even though all of them are very, very Catholic women. Like, so.
Yeah, there's there's a group that made their dance out of Germany that made their dance. They're all practicing some form of Wicca, and they came together. It was like 20, 30 women, and they started doing this dance, and it made, like, in 2018, I think. 2017, 18, 19, somewhere around there. It hit the web in such a way that they went viral. And a lot of people, even now, all across the globe, have created these communities, and they do this. They do it in parades. They do it in events. They do it in their own community. I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah, so do I. Like,
For somebody who doesn't celebrate Halloween, I think that that's absolutely incredibly cool.
well, and we've always made fun of my, like my aunts and stuff. They were always called witches. And like I think I was 16, and we were celebrating my aunt's birthday on like just before Halloween. Because her birthday is November 10th or 9th. And she wouldn't be there for her birthday, so we were celebrating it a couple weeks before with her. And me and Dad were just coming home from work, and he's like, "What should we buy your aunt for her birthday?" And I said, "We should buy her a new car." And he's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's go get her a broom." Right, that was my favorite birthday of hers, where we presented her with her brand new car. Right, Fred.
I would have probably said headstone.
Well, and then they started making jokes that totally grossed me out because that's my aunt, and like my uncles were all there, and they started talking about how like why don't women wear underwear sometimes? It's so they can grip their car better. Right.
Oh, man.
Fred.
That's bad.
Yeah. Like, my uncles are sick people.
That's bad.
Fred.
Wow.
But it's kind of cool how, like, yes, my mom and her friends are devoted Catholics, but they have embraced this part of a pagan ritual for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Friend.
Sorry.
You okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I wasn't saying anything. No, you didn't.
Okay. Well, growing up, one of the easiest costumes I used to do was being a witch, because all it took was, back then in the 80s, all it really took was a black cape with a hood, specific kind of hood, and that was something that I could actually do in sewing class, because we had sewing class back in high school. And so, it was, everything was all dressed in black.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
green arms, green neck, green face, and that was the epitome of back then. And it's like, I look back at that now and I'm like, wow, okay. It wasn't even creative. It was all, what was it? No, not Disney based. Emerald City, Wizard of Oz. And I just go, wow, okay.
So,
it wasn't creative at all.
I saw a little video that someone had taken and kind of mashed around the Wizard of Oz, and it's with Glenda. When Dorothy first meets Glenda asks her, "Are you a good witch or a bad witch?" You remember that part?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Dorothy says, "I'm not a witch at all." And then she starts she says, "I thought all witches are all ugly." Friend, and Glenda says, well, I'm the witch of the West.
West, north, whatever.
And only bad witches are ugly. Friend,
Like us if I was good.
this girl superimposed her face on Dorothy and said, bitch, why you call me asking why I'm a good witch or if I'm a good witch or a bad witch? What the hell? And what you say? Friend, I thought that was the most hilarious thing. Also, kind of true. Like, if she's supposed to be the good witch, why would she ask that? Friend, that's not very nice.
That's a good point.
She was just getting the general opinion.
You're a bad witch.
Oh.
You're definitely. Like.
Wouldn't I be a wizard?
Huh? After you get the sex change, probably.
Wow.
Fred, you know.
Okay, no.
Fred.
How dare you?
Huh? Fred. John had a rough week.
Yes.
I will tell you that. Fred, he fell down a set of stairs. Fred, he cut his hand open.
Just a little.
Fred, we were fixing up the porch at his grandma's. And instead of listening to me, his grandmother, or his mom, he put the ricketiest chair he could find in the yard at the top of the stairs to stand on, instead of the ladder.
Actually, it was just the closest thing nearby. It's not my fault.
You mean the one that was right beside the ladder?
It was closer.
Uh-huh. Fran, I don't understand.
I've done that, but it wasn't because of that. The chair was already on the porch.
Yeah.
3-legged chair with posts that were about that big around. Not even an inch in diameter. And
I won't even sit.
Well, I went and sat down, and it was fine with me sitting there. But Pepper, the family, my great aunt and uncles, this was in Tonga, my great aunt and uncle had a dog named Pepper, beautiful little black and white dog who was extremely energetic and very young and not quite out of puppyhood, even though he was 1.5 years, I think, at that time. And came bounding up from across the yard, saw me out on the back porch, and there were gaps in the floorboards, and of course, because it was a specific kind of porch that was built, and it really wasn't designed for 3-legged peg chairs. And the dog came bounding up, and I went flying. The front leg went into the groove, and it sent me flying across the porch and down the stairs.
Can I ask you kind of a weird question?
No, just ask.
And actually, this could be for both of you, because Robert just mentioned that he has a miniature goat in the yard. How do animals react to being around you guys?
Oh, I usually draw them in.
For the reason I'm asking is because they a lot of animals have so many issues with being around spirits, it seems.
Yeah.
And you guys draw those in like crazy.
So far, everything that they've gone out to collect that's been injured, my 18-year-old goes out, basically just picks them up, and they cuddle into him.
Yep, that makes sense. So, the family dog that is here now, that we've had since January.
Yeah.
I do a lot of energy work.
I forget his name.
I'm not going to say his name on the air.
Okay.
Yeah, with all the shit that I've got going on, and the weird thing is that my son was walking him one day, about a month and a half after we got him, and somebody came up to him, saw him on the street, came up to him and offered him $500 cash on the spot to hand the dog over to him. I was like, excuse the F out of me? What? He's like, oh yeah, I went into self-defense mode real fast. I'm like, yeah, I bet. Not his exact words, but it was along those lines.
But it's 400
But
bucks.
yeah, I like yesterday and today, he was like really clingy to me. And he's not always like that. This dog does not typically cling. And at least not the way he was being clingy. And he got up on my bed, actually asked me to get up on my bed, got up on my bed after I said yes, and watched my door. And would not stop watching and I'm like, oh, son of a. And I've had a lot of spirits in and out of here in the last 24 to 48 hours. And then it got unusually quiet. And I was like, oh, that's usually not a good sign. And because that usually means that something's a bit big is about to happen. And he wanted me running energy on him. He wanted me touching him on his back and his hips. Because I've seen in the future that eventually he'll have problems with like it's a form of hip dysplasia, but dogs anyway. So so I did a lot of healing energy around his hip joints, on either side of his hip joints, and the muscles and the nerves to that area. And then he was just like, oh no, we're done. We're not done. You're not done. And I'm like, okay. So then he does a complete stretch and like, you got to do the belly rub now. And I'm like, oh, for God's sake. And then I found out that I had a psychic vision when I went over his rib. Somebody hit or kicked that dog in his rib. And when I had that psychic vision, I fucking lost it. I was like, oh. So, yeah, I'm like, yeah, I can understand why you want that specific rib worked on. And it was the muscle around the rib. And I went, okay. And he hasn't reacted or anything. He hasn't had any kind of stuff. But he kept an eye on that door until he got really relaxed. Because then he wanted me working on his chest. And I'm like, oh, okay. You're getting all kinds of love today, puppy dog. You're just milking it now. But yeah, he was up on the bed and he was watching that door for the longest time, and I was like, that's not normal behavior for him. So, but yeah, he, on the day before, he was so super clingy. He was up on the couch next to the recliner that I was sitting in, and even put his head on the arm of the recliner and then eventually on my leg. Now it's very rare that he does that. Very rare. And he was just kind of like watching all over the place, but it was like he had to. It's strange because sometimes he gets like this, but it's not all the time. It's just not. And he'll watch the front door, or he'll watch the stairwell that goes upstairs, and there's a section of wall that ghosts like to come through, and that's the section of the wall that he was watching a lot of. And then he'd start to drift off and go to sleep, and then all of a sudden he'd be like, he saw something. You could see it in his, because I was really actually watching him for a while. He saw something, and I went, yeah. And then a moment later, like a fraction of a second later type of moment, I'd see this glint out of the corner of my eye going up the stairs. Nobody was there. And I'm like, yeah, all right. So then I stop and I do energy work, and I put a thing of protection around and start working on that kind of stuff. But it's just really, interesting what animals can pick up on, what they can sense and see. Some more so than the others. So
Yeah,
this morning he made me sit down. He asked to come up on my bed, and I'm like, yeah, okay, come on up on my bed. My bed's made, you can do that. And he's like wanting me to touch him, but that meant that I had to cross the bed. Like, okay, I'll come over, I'll give you a great big hug and a kiss on the forehead, and then I gotta sit down. And he was like, oh no you don't.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, you want more petting. And I'd go to pet him, and then he pushed me back. He actually took his head, and I went, whoa, because we would have butted heads. And I stood up straight, because it's not so easy on my back the way I was leaning over. And I stood up straight, and he just kept coming forward and forward, and I ended up falling back into this chair. I was like, whoa, hello. And he's like, no, I'm coming to you because you're staying put. And I was like, cool, man, the dog understands. Because it's not always like that.
Well, like before Daisy became an outside dog friend, when she was a puppy, she frickin' used to love to try and sleep in our bed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we don't have that big of a bed, and we're both fairly big people. Friend. So she would hop into the bed, and I'd pick her up, and I'd put her at the bottom of the bed, and be like, no, that's your spot. Friend. And I'd wake up with a snout in my back. And I'm like, what the hell are you doing?
Well, it's better than when Daisy tried to suffocate Mom while she was asleep.
She laid right across her head with her belly covering her entire face.
Oh, jeez. He used to have a cat that tried to do that. Oh, God, what year was it? 1990 or 1991. Yeah, that was oh so fun. Then she'd get up and go sleep on the headboard. And I'm like, seriously, what'd you do? Just come down here to wake us up? What the hell?
Actually, that has meaning behind
that.
it. When
that's dominance.
Yeah, when a cat sleeps above your head, that means they believe that they are above you and they own you.
Yep. Knew that one. And she did, too. And that was at a time when we had 2 dogs and, oh God, I don't remember how many cats. I think we had 4 cats by that point.
When John had Moose, I walked into his room one morning, and it was absolutely hilarious. I fell on the ground at the door laughing. Because John's laying in his bed, and he's laying on his back, and Moose is spread-eagled over his face, and you can see his balls lying on John's chin.
I was asleep. I didn't know what was going on.
That is so disturbing. And funny as hell.
Like, if I would have been smart, I would have grabbed the camera. Right.
Yeah, that's videotaping time.
Yeah, like...
I just saw a bunch of videos of that yesterday. Oh my God!
I was
so
defenseless. Funny. I was asleep.
Sure you were. Sure you were. Don't lie to us. We're good.
Or if he starts snoring and then the balls go. Dear God.
Nikki just made that memory worse for you, didn't she?
I don't snore.
You're a liar. You snore like your mother. Friend.
Oh, God.
Friend.
Okay, snuffle up against it. Snuffle up against
I saw a thing where...
okay, you know it's bad when the other... You know it's bad when the other side says you need to stop now, Nikki.
Well, they just did that Glade commercial. Plug it in, plug it in.
Fred, have you guys seen Doritos' new commercial?
What? No.
It's a guy sitting in like a basement military complex with one window, and it says alien ship detected on his computer. And all of a sudden this tractor beam comes into the window and it reaches for the bag of Doritos he's holding. And so he starts fighting with it. And then it, like, the tractor beam gets really small and concentrated, and it just starts throwing him around the room. And it is my favorite commercial, because then he fights it so hard that the ship crashes. And then it shows him sitting out in the woods with an alien, like with a gray.
So in other words, Doritos needs to sponsor.
Yeah, and they're both sitting there holding a chip. And the guy says to the alien, Dorito. And the alien replies, Dorito! And,
Oh, I could come up with some good ideas for...
Right?
Oh, God, yeah.
Friend.
With what I know about ETs, holy crap.
Yeah, there are so many commercials they could make out of that.
Oh, really, truly. There really are.
Friend.
Hell, look at the fact that I talk about SSP, and in the frickin' commissary on Mars, they've got Mars bars and Hershey bars and all kinds of packages. I mean, just all kinds of stuff from Earth. It's like, what the hell?
You know. Actually, I've got a really good idea.
God, that's funny. What's that?
So this guy's sitting on his couch, eating a bag of Doritos. And all of a sudden he blacks out. And the next scene shows him. The next scene shows him on the ship, on like a gray slab. Right? He's been abducted. And he wakes up and there's aliens licking his fingers. To get the Dorito dust.
Oh, now that's so disturbing. That's more disturbing than I begin to expect. Oh, that is really disturbing. Extremely funny, but really disturbing.
And then it's got to finish with, like, it's got to do the whole Doritos logo thing, right? And go through their little spiel, and then at the end, he just looks at him and says, "You know, I got another bag at the house." Like,
oh, God.
Friend,
oh, that's good. It's so bad. It's good.
That's Super Bowl material.
Oh, God. Yeah, actually, it is Super Bowl material. Oh, man.
And while we're getting to the point, it's October 22nd, so in three weeks, I think, they start making their bids.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, so middle of November, they start putting in their bids for what they're willing to pay for a Super Bowl commercial spot.
Wow.
Friend.
Last I heard was $2 million.
The most expensive one we've ever had was, I think, $6 million for a minute and a half spot.
Wow.
And this year's Super Bowl is going to be a little different because they're assigning YouTubers and Twitch streamers to each Super Bowl team to cheer it on and tell you about the stats as they go on. So that's for the newer people.
I didn't even like it when it was celebrities.
Yeah, it's going to be streamers, YouTubers, and they're just gonna be, it's gonna be on their channel and everything.
So, Robert, what about you and animals?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they come up to me and with the exception of the ibises, which have now gone. They were still coming up to me too, but yeah, most animals see nothing wrong with me, so they'll come up to me and let me either pat them or scratch them around the head or feed them. So yeah, like you know how I was with the birds with the rainbow lorikeet. Yeah.
Well,
still miss those.
So
that's still probably gonna get another one or two down there when we get down there, or a king parrot because they're lovely as well, bright red.
And do you have to buy those?
Well, there were quite a lot of them on the sides of the road, not dead, but they were feeding on the sides of the road. So if I can get a few of them to come near me, I might be able to train them to be fed. Because we also have the sulphur-crested cockatoo out there, and the ducks and the chickens, and a rooster, and as I said, the goat and 2 dogs and the cat. So we've got a menagerie going down with us.
I am glad that our little community that we live in does not allow chickens. Because I cannot stand roosters. They piss me off to all hell.
We had that in Seattle. Last place I lived at in Seattle, that we had roosters behind our house.
Yeah.
Not directly behind, but diagonal behind. And 4:35 in the morning came awfully early.
2 a.m., 3 a.m.
Yeah, friend. I'm
wow.
That's the moment where I start getting the freaking deep fryer ready.
Yeah, say what pot is going to be used for
in the township itself. In the townships, you can't have roosters, but out rural, like where we are now, that's a different story. We can have the roosters. So and down there, so we're just on the edge of town. So hopefully, we'll be able to have them there, so we can have more if we wanted them.
So our little community, Cape Horn, does not allow anything that can be constituted as a farm animal.
Right.
So you can't have chickens, you can't have sheep, you can't have pigs, you can't have any of those. And dogs and cats, you're limited by the amount, because after you get to the point of, like, if you have more than 6 dogs, it's considered a farm.
Oh, wow.
But we always get that one person who moves in and says, well, I'm not going to follow that rule, and they try and keep them quiet. And then we usually don't find out until the second year, when they have lay their first eggs and they have their first kids. And because a lot of them are smart, and they will bring in a rooster for like 2 days, or they'll take the eggs out and have them fertilized somewhere else.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, like just to get more, like get chicks.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is they don't check on the chicks and figure out what they are before they grow up.
Yeah.
So then you have 3 roosters in your little hen house, and they all start crowing. Well, now you're screwed, because every neighbor knows.
Yeah, well, when we had first come back over here from over there, we bought a couple of what were they? They were a specific type of chicken that they were supposedly tested and seen that they were female, and we got 3 of them, I think, and the eldest stepdaughter, she come in and said, I think we got a gay chicken. Because it was doing the business, and it turned out it was a male. So we had to get rid of that one because that was in the town, within town limits. Then we said no.
Goodness.
Excuse me. Yeah, it was that was just where she said it. I think we've got a gay chicken.
Whatever floats the chicken's boat, you know? Like,
Yeah, no kidding.
whatever they're into, Brad. As long as they keep pumping out eggs, who cares?
Yeah, rooster's not going to pump out eggs.
Well, then it's not a very good rooster. Maybe it's like a tree. You just need to give it a little kick at the base.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't kick trees.
I do. It works.
I know.
It works so well. Fran,
Yes, we've had this conversation.
You only do it when they're in their adolescent years.
You just give them a good shake.
Fran, I tried it with my kids too. It works there too.
Yeah.
Just a little kick. Fran.
No.
Fran.
Yeah, no, you gotta grab them and shake them a little. You know.
Whoa.
Just scramble it up.
No.
Fran, we don't do that.
It helps. It helps.
Nope.
And you're not allowed to babysit anyone's kids anymore.
Hey.
Fran.
It was one time.
Fran,
Okay.
yeah. No, like with the animal thing though, like you guys looking at it from the other way then, since animals seem to have like kind of gravitate towards you, I wonder if they view you as protectors from the other realm.
Oh, that's an interesting thought process.
Yeah, like it
Truly.
Fran, you guys share a common trait. You can feel them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you have defenses that I imagine dogs and cats don't.
Well,
Or
I had
animals
my
in
first
general.
I had my first telepathic experience with the dog. Last week. I'm trying to remember how long. Yeah, it was last week. Excuse me. That laughing has gotten congestion going. Excuse me. Yeah, my bedroom door was closed and dead ass. I was laying down at the time and dead ass silent, and I was in the process of meditating. Silent throughout the home, and I hear the loudest bark in my head. And my eyes flew open and I went, well, I'm awake. And that's what I text the son and said, hey, you home? Dog needs to. Because he, for whatever reason, he wasn't able to either wake my son or something.
But it was still a bark?
I was like, it was a bark. It was an actual bark in my head. Excuse me. And the apartment was, dead silent. There wasn't a sound. Although it was raining out at the time, now that I think about it, outside my window. But yeah, it was him barking. And there wasn't a sound in this apartment. And I went.
Have you seen those videos?
It really stunned me because I've had animals actually be like Max, our cat Max, who was very well known publicly. I'm not doing that this time. Max is long deceased now, and I'm not talking about this specific name because of what I've been experiencing. So, but I never would have known he was telepathic until the day we took him to the vet, and I think he actually believed that that's where he was going to die. And his words were to me was, I want to die at home. And I went, and it was so loud in my head. Somebody else was driving, and I was in the passenger seat in the front. Max was in the animal carrier in the back, and we were taking him to the vet, and there was a little bit of music on and some conversation between the driver and I, and then it got silent and just kind of jamming to the music, and it was soft. It was not playing loud or anything, and focused in on the music, and the next thing I hear was that statement, and I was like, I literally grabbed a hold of the driver's seat, turned around, which was bad on the back, but turned around so quickly, and I went, "What did you just say?" And the driver went, "You mean that to me?" I'm like, "No." I said what I had just heard, and I'm like, "I'm sorry, I'm so stunned." And I was just absolutely, completely, and it was, and so now I know what his voice, always knew what his energy not sounded like, felt like, but now I had an actual voice to go, a human voice to go with, and there were 3 things that I was ever told by Max. That was the first thing, and I was totally by it. And I reassured him both verbally and telepathically that I would make sure that would take place for him. That if that's what his wishes were, that he would be at home with me. And that's exactly what happened. We had it all set up for the vet in case I needed to call the vet, and because they have a in-home euthanasia, whatever.
Yeah.
At home type of situation if the animal. So I had all of that set up, and just in case and everything, and that's exactly, he got what he wanted, although it was really hard on me.
Yeah.
Because he went into this breathing thing that and when I talked to the vet later on, she's like, yeah, that's very natural and very normal with what happens with a natural death. And it was just, for an animal, and it was just like, oh my God. Because they go into this, it's like their last breath, and their body goes through almost like a convulsion, almost like a seizure.
Yeah, and they get the death rattle.
Yeah, you got the death rattle with it, and I expect that with humans. I don't know why, but I didn't expect it with animals. And I've seen animals die before, but it was not in my arms before, and he was actually completely stretched out in my arms. I'm at full length, out, where I was like holding him like this, and he wasn't a big animal by that point. But yeah, it was, he eventually, on the other side, told me thank you, which again blew me away. And periodically, he's run through the house with, either apartments I've lived in, he's run through the apartment with other animals that we've had in the past. He brings them, and he's the instigator. He's the one who brings them to me. And I'm just like, wow. So I've gotten to see all the animals running through the house. So, I mean, you talk about paranormal, oh man. And when they run, God, it's like watching, it's interesting because they literally chase each other, and they're having so much fun. And the energy that comes with it, I mean, they're like a huge burst of energy through the apartment. I mean, they just go flying. And one of his favorite things was to run around, when we lived in Seattle, run around the inside of the house. He'd go out the front window, onto the front porch, across the front porch, onto the driveway, straight up the driveway. And I mean, as fast as he could. It was like zoomies.
Yeah,
it's like a version of zoomies. Yeah. And run straight down the driveway, in through the back door, the 2 back doors, because you had the back door and the kitchen back door, in through the living room, hit the first part of the end of the kitchen into the living room. So you go from linoleum to hardwood floor, and he would slide. He'd hit it because he'd hit at just the right angle and right speed. There were times where he'd be going so fast that he couldn't make the curve, just the ever so slight curve, and he'd slide right into, on the linoleum, right into the cabinet, the bottom cabinet doors in the kitchen, and then would make a beeline, and then would slide halfway through the living room. and try to jump to the window. But typically, what he'd do is he'd get the zoomies, and he'd come in through the back kitchen door, hit it at a dead run, and then at the beginning of the living room is when he would put his brakes on, and he'd slide the entire 22 to 25 feet of the living room. I mean, he would just hit that and just go. It was incredible to watch, and man, you stayed out of his way. he got the zoomies, and you just let him go. He'd go for about 5 minutes of doing. That's a long time. I used to time him. 8 minutes was the longest he ever went.
Yeah.
Numerous rounds.
That's eventually
And
why Daisy had to be rehomed, was because her zoomies got too violent. Not you know like actual like dog
No, I
biting or
get
anything. But like, John, how much do you
become
weigh?
aggressive. Yeah.
At that time, it was like 250.
Yeah, when you can drag a 250-pound man on the ground on his chest, right? Your zoomies are too violent.
Yeah, that's a big deal. That's a really big deal. Yeah,
And
yeah.
this wasn't on grass. It was asphalt.
It hurt. It hurt.
Made me laugh. But
well, I've got a dog that comes when he gets the zoomies, he likes to take a flying run at the top of the stairs and go down the bottom of the stairs, and then make a jump from because there's 5 stairs, I think it's 5. He'll make a jump from the 4th stair up and barely land on his front paws and slides, because you've got I call it linoleum. I don't know what else to call it, and it's not linoleum, it's something else. But anyway, and he slides right across the front of the living room, hits doesn't hit, but actually runs into the couch, up onto the couch, back around, through the kitchen, down the hallway, through the kitchen, back around, over to me if I'm in the recliner, and then back upstairs, and it's hysterical because it sounds. I'm so glad he doesn't do this at night. I'm so glad he doesn't do this at night when he gets his zoomies. Very rare. It does happen occasionally, but it's really freaking rare. But yeah, and he's fun to watch. He is so fun to watch when he gets these going.
Those are sometimes my dopamine-loving videos, is cats and dogs, and the zoomies, and like there's one with this. Pretty sure she's Irish. This Irish lady, where she's lying in bed, which weirds me out because there's a camera facing her bed, but whatever.
Yeah.
Her cats
I've been noticing
go up to the headboard beside her, jump down on her face, and they both do a wiggle with their buttholes on her nose. And then they continue off the bed and then come back up, and they just keep doing it. And they get through about 2 rounds, and she wakes up and she's like, "What the feck is wrong with you people?"
That is so gross. That's so gross.
Well,
but see, what is with people and them sleeping, and you have to have other people watch you while you sleep?
Right?
What the hell?
But I watched one today where it was this cat, and it said in a cutesy little anime voice, knock knock, and it said guess who, or he said who's there, and then it said guess who, and then this cat walks into the frame and he lifts his tail and he's like, "My fancy butthole." Friend.
Oh God.
Friend. But that is the truth about cats. Like, if they want you to see it, you're gonna see it. Friend.
Or if you don't, or if you've got a dog that's got not a lot of fur, in other words, not long fur, you're going to see it.
Yeah. Friend.
Whether you want to or not, there's no avoiding
Well,
it.
you remember how June had her 2 cats, Coconut and Tangrat, at her house? They both passed away sometime this month.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
And they did the outdoor cat thing where they didn't want you to see it, so they took off.
Yeah,
And
I had cats like that.
Coconut went first, and then 2 weeks later, Tangrat followed her. But Tangrat got, like, some kind of disease. We don't know what happened, but, like, his breathing was ragged for, like, a month. And he started losing major weight.
Yeah.
So...
Oh, yeah.
And then he did the classic old age thing where all of a sudden he came back and he was good. He, like, his breathing was better. He was meowing again. And then 2 days later he disappeared forever. So,
Wow.
like, he did that thing where he gets better at the end of his, like, the very end. For a minute.
Yeah. And then he'd go off and die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I think we're going to try and get Moose back into a carrier, and he's going to go to Grandma's house.
Yeah, because he's still prowling out there on the street somewhere.
Getting all the women pregnant.
Yeah. I know 2 of our neighbors' cats.
Nikki, if you're going to be good at something, do it right. Like, you know what I mean?
It's why you
And he does it right.
Yeah, I know.
Friend.
Well, let's put it this way. I had a dream last night where my my grandfather showed up in my dream, and I haven't seen him for a long time, so it was really good to see him. And in the dream, I had over 8 children. They were all under the age of 12.
Ooh.
And I'm like, they're all mine. And some lady showed up in the dream. I don't have children dreams very often. Oh my God, that means somebody I know is pregnant. Oh, holy crap, I haven't had a pregnancy dream in a long time.
Huh. Friend.
It means that somebody I know hasn't posted online that they're very pregnant. When it's children of this age, and the youngest was about 9 or 10 months old in the dream. The neighbor in the dream was carrying an infant that was, she had 3 kids. She had a toddler, she had one at her legs, another one that must have been about 5 or 6, and then the infant that she had, that kid must have been 5 or 6 months old.
Huh.
And then with me, with the 9, 10-month-old, that means that, because if I have kids in a dream, it usually means somebody's pregnant, especially if I'm holding an infant. It means somebody close to me, like really close to me. And it's always been accurate. Without a frickin' fail, it's always, those dreams are very fucking accurate. So it means that somebody that I know is likely at the close to their last, they're either at their last trimester or they're just coming into it. Wow, hadn't even thought about that until just the second.
I could not imagine 8 kids. Like, Kayla always used to tell her...
I've had friends who homeschooled all 8 of their kids. I've had friends who've homeschooled all 6 of their kids.
I don't think we would have made it.
No.
Friend, like, Kayla always used to tell her sisters whenever, we'd take their, our nieces and nephews, and say, once you get past 4, it really doesn't freaking matter anymore. Like, it's just, you're just adding more.
Yeah.
And
That's
I always looked at her and
what I've
like,
been
you're
told.
dumb. That is not true.
Yeah, the
Right.
rations get smaller.
Like, every kid adds more cost. The reason that we can do this with our nieces and nephews because it's cost for 3 days, not the rest of their lives. Like,
Yeah.
That makes a difference.
Yeah.
Friend, they have somewhere to go after I don't want to hang out with them anymore. Friend, but like 4 was
I need
hard
to
enough.
check in with people.
Yeah, well, it ain't us. I can tell you that.
Wow.
Like, John, is your mannequin pregnant?
That's been gone for like a year now.
So you might have a kid and not even know it.
Oh God.
Friend.
It's Jalen.
Fred, if we go to the Halloween party and Jalen tells me that he got a girl pregnant, I'm going to be so upset.
Oh,
Fred.
I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna laugh so hard.
Pinocchio,
And
Mark
I will be back here on Wednesday, Nikki, and tell you, this is your fault. You told me to no.
Well, remember I said end of the pregnancy.
well, yeah.
It could be.
Yeah, I haven't talked to him in a while. But, like, also the fact that, like, you said you saw, like, a toddler, a 6-year-old. Like, Fred, he comes back and he says, I actually have 3 girls pregnant. Oh, my God, Nikki.
It's very possible.
Fred.
He just made his new girlfriend that day.
It's fine.
He won't have a girlfriend.
No, he'll.
A kid's kind of a hoe.
Yeah, but when he figures that out, he might bring her to meet the
Oh,
family.
so he's having fun.
Oh, yeah. Like,
Just as long as he's safe. That's all anybody
Fred.
gives a shit about. Just be safe.
because he lives with my sister-in-law, and and she's like, they don't even bother learning the names anymore.
Okay. Numerous conversations about STDs. People,
Oh, yeah, no,
with your
absolutely.
kid.
I've sent him a few memes about it.
Yeah, friend. It's like, well, we heard a joke about STDs the other day. That was absolutely hilarious.
God.
Do you know why, what was it? Oh, why don't deaf people sext? Like, do phone sex?
Oh, for
Because they might end up with hearing aids.
no.
Come on!
Sorry, no. No. No.
Friend, that was from one of my favorite deaf comedians. Friend, I love that joke. Like, that's hilarious. Friend,
Not mine. Just not mine. That's alright.
and but like, there isn't really anything for, like, blind people for that. Like, it's not fair.
Well, the dude got.
Well, I
blue
can't see it
grail.
happening.
Everything's by feel.
That's a good one.
Everything's by feel and smell.
Yeah.
Just play a train noise coming right at him.
You know, when a person is blind. Now, this is what I learned from my grandmother. When a person is blind, all of their senses come out, and I do mean all of them.
You mean come out stronger?
So, like, Daredevil.
Like, their hearing is, like, not heavily enhanced, but they have a better sense of what's around them through their hearing.
Yes, correct.
The other senses
And-
kind of make up for the fact that they can't see.
Yeah. Now, some folks who are blind or are in the process of going blind can also, and not all of them can, but many can, where they can feel other people around them.
Just get
My
three guys that
grandmother,
really
her
feel like a
hearing
train.
was phenomenal. Plus, your sense of smell. So if somebody's wearing deodorant or a body wash, you're gonna smell that, and you will feel the presence. It's very okay. I'm gonna tell something I don't talk about very often. and I don't think I've ever publicly said this. Ever. And I don't think I've told any of the people that have been really super close to me. I don't think I've ever said this to people. So, long after my grandmother died, there were times I used to walk around, even as a young teenager, I used to walk around blindfolded. And I mean, I'd put the cotton balls on the closed eyeballs, and then put a bandana around my eyes, or a scarf or something, and make it nice and tight. And usually it was 2 or 3 cotton balls, to make sure that my eyes really did stay closed. And I would walk around and do different activities, whether it was not so much trying to cook, but do things in the kitchen. Making my bed was another one. Trying to get the sensation with the feel of writing on notebook paper. Or actually, it was more like art paper. I've still got some of that somewhere, buried in my I was gonna say a hope chest. I've always wanted a hope chest, but never had one. But these plastic containers I've got from my childhood where I've kept things. Even going to the bathroom, just doing daily tasks, trying to adjust and feel what it felt like for my grandmother, because I was always fascinated. Not that I ever wanted to be that person, but I was fascinated by what would take place, because when I was little, it was the 1970s, when I was a real little kid, when my grandmother was blind, and she used to take me to downtown Seattle by bus. A couple times, anywhere from once to 3 times a week. Going into downtown Seattle, we used to go to the Bon Marché, or to Bartell's was Woolworths back then. Different sections down by the monorail, and her with her cane, and she always had me in tow. And she could do things up on Capitol Hill on her own, but going into downtown Seattle, she always wanted me with her. I understood why. You knew as a very young kid, you knew why. Being 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, and you're going through that experience with them.
Yeah.
And so you're seeing opens up a whole new world to you of realization of what it's like for other people. And to this day, I thank God for the Seattle, can't remember what it was called back then. It was can't remember if it was the Academy for the Blind, or the something for the blind, Center for the Blind, who basically went into a rehab position with my grandmother and taught her how to live on a daily basis, how to cook, how to do everything.
Yeah. I had to do it for a day as a kid, and I couldn't imagine having to live my life that way. Like, it would be...
It's hard.
I don't think I could handle it. Like...
Watching
I hope
what
I'm
Grandma
strong
went
enough.
through. God.
But I don't know if I would be.
The money thing was a real big issue. She would fold her bills a certain way to where she would know. She'd get it from the bank. And then when she was in, certain people knew her by this point. And so the tellers at grocery stores, or mini marts, or library, or places downtown, the cashiers, they knew her. And they would tell her what bills were ones, fives, and tens, because back then they didn't have the braille. I call them punch bucket or punch card thingies. That tell you in braille that this bill is a $10 bill. You know, the monetary number in braille. So my grandmother had books on tape, on record, actually. Also books on, there was like 8 tracks. I don't know what to call them. It's not 8 track, but I don't know what to call it. And then books on tape that she would listen to.
The monetary thing, like, you know, Canada solved that 40 years ago.
What'd they do?
Every bill that comes out has braille on it.
Wow.
Every single one. The moment they're punched with braille. The moment they come out.
That's incredible. That is, I wish, God, that's such a big deal.
That's also why the loonie isn't a circle. It's, I don't know what the term is for 10 sides. Dectagon, maybe?
Oh.
It's a 10-sided piece. Because when we brought out the toonie is a smooth circle. Whereas the loonie has edges. Friend, that is for blind folks.
That is incredible.
Yeah, like, and now it seems stupid to me that the U.S. doesn't do that, because not only is it good for blind people, but also people in Canada, like businesses, started using that part too as another security measure. Because when the people...
Which makes sense.
Yeah, because the way they make them in Canada, when they try and recreate a bill and give you a fake, that part's the last part that is so hard to fake because of the way they make it, because they make part of it just off. So it's still the number for a blind person, but if you run your finger on it, it's not the right symbol. Part of it is just off enough, and it's really hard to get a puncher that can recreate it that way.
Amazes me what they do in different countries. That's actually what I've been kind of blown away by in the last 3 days, is all the different things that I've been, and I couldn't even begin to tell you even one of them right now, pull it out of my head, but there have been so many things that I've learned about so many different countries in the last 3-4 days that is just mind-boggling to me about what is allowed and what isn't.
Yeah, and like our money's also fun for kids now.
What is fun for kids now?
Our Canadian money. You remember Shrinky Dinks?
Yes.
Yeah, so if you put a $50 bill in the dryer, guess what?
Oh my God.
And yeah, I lost a $50 bill that way. Because the money is made out of that same plastic. Ended up with a really nice keychain.
Yeah, I was going to say, but can't you take that to a bank since they know that that's a hazard?
Yeah, you can. I didn't know that. So I just punched a hole in it and made it to a keychain. And
it's kind of funny. They have a little $50 bill in the side of their desk every day.
If Grandma Fritz listens to this episode, she's going to whoop the hell out of you.
Why?
You are talking with your mouth full.
My bad.
Okay.
That's like Grandma's biggest pet peeve. Friend.
Oh, I can understand that.
Yeah. She cannot handle that. Friend. But, yeah, no, like, it how do they put that now? It's not a disability.
For what?
People who are blind or deaf or They don't want it called a disability. And they came up with another word for it that I like a lot better, but I can't remember what it is for the life of me right now.
Couldn't tell you.
Yeah, friend. But it does amaze me some of the things that they can do that we can't because we take everything else for granted.
Yeah.
So.
We really do. I mean, if you're walking, talking 10 toes, 10 fingers, 2 feet, arms,
I'm not going to lie. If you have 10 toes but only 1 foot, I'd still consider that a disability, Nikki.
Oh, you know what the hell I meant. I'm really proud of it. I'm surprised I lasted this long. But yeah, you got 2 feet, 10 toes, 2 hands, 10 fingers.
Nobody has 10 fingers.
Yeah. They have 8 and 2 thumbs.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Anyway. Yeah.
All right, guys. It is 11:58. Nikki, are you doing a show this week?
Yes, I am. Once again, I don't know if it's going to be 10 p.m. or 11 p.m., but it will be Saturday night.
So make sure you're checking on YouTube for 10 or 11 p.m.
Facebook.
Saturday.
Check. Yeah. I will have it posted on Facebook, on both of my Facebook pages, on both the Psychic Medium page and the private page, and I will make that public. So.
Okay. Rock on.
You can check there, and because it's public, it's accessible via the web. So.
Yeah.
Nikki, Nikki .jacobs, JACOBS .376. And then YouTube is Restore Belief with Nikki.
And for all the people that will be going out this weekend, I know a lot of bars, because this is one of those special years where Halloween actually falls on a weekend night. So Halloween's on Friday night next week. Friends, but a lot of bars will do a double Halloween party. They will do one this Saturday for all the people who can't go out on a Friday night.
Yep.
So make sure you stay safe.
Drive safe.
Yes.
Yes.
If you're walking home from the bar, walk safe, because, well,
yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I've fallen. I actually think I'm almost more dangerous walking than as a passenger in a car. So, friend, but, and then, I don't even know if she listens, but, to my niece Taylor, happy 21st birthday. I will see you Friday, friend.
Awesome.
All she asked
birthday.
is I be nice to her. And I said no. Friend.
Oh, dear.
Friend, we're going to introduce her to some drinks that I haven't had since I was that age. Friend.
Oh, my.
So, yeah, it's going to be a good weekend. Friend, with that, ladies and gentlemen, it is midnight. It's time for us to go back in the bunker. Everyone have a great week.
Good night.
Yeah, have a good night, and we will talk to you later. Good night, people.
Safe. Bye.
Data transfer complete. System malfunction. Please evacuate immediately. Program terminated.
Son of a biscuit eater.